Alright, Mallee Dodge Garage, we are starting work now on the VL, so we're going to start a series on the VL, and the next video you're going to see exactly what we're going to do to give this a little bit more go. So, but we're going to start here. We're just going to do some maintenance work on her. She's got some lifter noise, so we're going to try to see what we can do with that, a bit of a hack. She's due for a service, so it's going to do an oil change, which will go along with what we're going to try to sort out with the lifters a little bit. It's not too bad, but some days it's quite annoying. So, but others, it's quiet as a mouse. Don't know why. The other thing I'm going to do, brakes. As you know, if you drive a VL or own a VL, the brakes are terrible. So they got very little feel. Look, they work, but yeah, they're not the best brakes in the world, if you know what I mean. So I want to do a little bit of a hack. Now what we're going to try first is just put these braided lines on and just see how much more brake feel we can get out of it, because it's a cheap little fix, not fix. Okay, it's a hack that'll improve the brake feel, I hope. I'm going to be doing a full change of the brakes to VT Booster, VT Master, and then we're going to switch the hubs and take it to full VT brakes. So you can go bigger and you can go better than that, of course, but the VT just bolts straight on, well, almost bolts straight on. We've got some fittings you've got to change, you've got some brackets you've got to change, and you've got some lines actually, so these will become redundant. So someone else has got a VL out there and this does actually work and give you a bit better brake feel. You might be able to grab these off me in the future. For nothing. These are not that dear, just grab them off eBay. I just got some cheapies, just want to see what it does. The wife doesn't particularly like the brakes. They work, she feels confident, but I just want the car to be a bit better driving car than it is right now, and brakes is one of the main things. So let's get into this, we'll change these over, give it a bit of a bleed, and let's see how it goes. You never know, it just might actually make a difference. Probably not. But anyway, alright, let's start on the braided lines for the front. So I'll get the car running with the air freshener. Number one, make sure you put a wheel chock. Safety first. Alright, so pads look good. Rotors look good. They're just terrible brakes. 10 minutes of sitting. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of manipulating of the clip under there. It's been painted in. 17 mil. This side, not sure how these come out yet. They just slide out actually. I'll give them a squirt. Oh, that's right. Now the little part, this part here. I'm like, how's this come out? You know, the whole thing turns and there's a square edge. There you go. I don't know if there's a left or right. What's the worst can happen? You know, there's a little crush washer. This goes on the inside. So I'll just pop that back in. I don't think it needs a new one. It looks alright. And then, yeah, let's see how we go with this. Hack, upgrade, minor change in the braking, whatever you want to call it. Just noticed it's got one round corner on the fitting, so when you do put it, when you fit it up here, you got to find how it sits. I haven't found it yet. I don't know if there is a left or right, but this one's got to have that edge facing the front, and well, it doesn't want to go that way, so I'm thinking there's a left and a right, and that's the left. Anyway, off. That's these brakes, eh? Okay. Coming off the ramp doesn't feel that great. No, but it is marginally improved. Alright, so if you want to upgrade your brakes on your VL to be marginally better than they are now, a 14th. then go and spend $80 or something on some braided lines for your front brakes. If you want to actually stop and have brake pedal feel, you're probably going to need to go and change the booster and brake setup to get that, because this is marginal. So, all right. Well, there you go. Well, next time we have a video, we're going to be upgrading these brakes. So that's going to be, well, lowering it and lowering the front and upgrading the brakes. I've already started lowering the back of this thing, so I've dropped that only 25mm, and the front will go 25mm as well, just to give it more of that VL Turbo sort of stance from the. Okay, so what we're going to do the HPR 30 2060 Penrite. I've been told for the RB with a little bit of kilometres on it, that would be a good choice. We're going the K&N filter, and because she's got a lifter noise, I'm just going to throw a little bit of Nylon lifter for you. But you never know, it could help. Anyway, let's whack it in. A little bit dark. Too bad. Looks like honey on the dipstick, eh? Bit of honey. I think it's got to go out through the top. Oh, you just spill it everywhere. Either one of those, well. Rico. According to the greatest source of truth in the world, Google, RB30, 4.6 litres with an empty oil filter. This episode's brought to you by Nylon. It's not, but Nylon if you are watching. It's out of a dishwasher. It only fits perfect. 4.6 litres, how many got here? 5. So we'll go nearly the whole bottle. I guess I should put a bit of this Nylon stuff in before I finish putting the bottle in. Probably should read the instructions now. Tune up! Okay, quiet and zert, frees up sticky lifters, doesn't affect oil viscosity. Changing oil, add 1 bottle per 5 litres, where I got 4.6, so that's 1 bottle. He's going to need 40 mils. Shark would be me. Go halves. More of this golden goodness. Working already, I can't hear the lifters. There you go. Just whatever it says, just put more. Seems to always work. Not really. The idea goes wrong. So 4.6. Is it one of these measuring bottles? It is. I reckon that's 4.6. Nope. Nope. That's 4.6. I'm not sure why I'm filming a start after an oil change. Lifter noise is not going to disappear straight away. Here a little bit. And then it goes away. Oh, that's back. So that's not too bad. Some mornings when it's cold, it's bad. First thing we're going to do, we're going to fire it up. We put the did the oil change about 2 days ago. It's nice and cool at the moment, the car, so we're going to start her up, see how we go with the lifter noise. let's wish me luck.
Alright, I'm not sure why the indicator's on. Now you can probably hear, I haven't got the bonnet up, but I've got the aircon running high getting ready for the next step. But I'm going to tell you.
Alright, I'm calling this one early. For this, the oil change and the Newline lifter fixer upper 2000. Here we go. Sorry for spinning around in circles. But I'm going to call it early. So the Newline lifter free. Look, it's probably not a miracle juice, but it is really made a difference. So this is the second day. Started up this morning, and it's cold at the moment. I've been out in the other cars trying to get, well, that gold V7/V8 thing going. Dark. And that does not normally sound like that. Okay, so Newline, I think we'll give that a thumbs up. That hack worked. Now the next hack we're going to do is going to be the air conditioning. There's a couple of things with the air conditioning. One is that it leaks all over the floor of the passenger side because the drain obviously is not draining well to the exterior of the vehicle. So we're going to have a crack at doing a few things so we don't have to take that all apart up under the dash, and let's see if we can make that work without having to do that. All right. Now you probably notice from time to time water dripping on the passenger side floor. So the breather, well, I guess where the water's supposed to exit from the evaporator inside, it gets clogged up, right? So basically, with this little brush, luckily at work I actually have these for some machinery. So you can whack that up there. Now, I don't know if it's long enough, and not much is coming in. Now the other one, jeez. Give it a blowout and just see if that does anything. Now, I heard air coming out the side here, so I don't know if the hose goes up and then up in there, whether it's got a leak or something's going on. Okay, so what I had to do, they were still getting water dripping inside the footwell on the passenger side, so we removed this plastic cover, which is just a couple of screws underneath the glove box. In behind here, on the passenger side, there's a hose that goes, I think, from the condenser down to that drain that we tried cleaning out. So what I did with that is I ran a brush, I disconnected that hose, ran a brush in both directions, a small brush, and then I squirted the some degreaser and up there and let it soak, and then it got the brush back in there, and it was black and thick, so it was definitely full of gunk. And then I did that several times with that hose and reconnected the hose, made sure it's nice and tight. So we've ran the air conditioning now for quite a drive tonight, and it is night, as you can see from this terrible footage. And the carpet is dry, so probably can't just blow it from the bottom, can't run the brush from the bottom. It will help, it did help, but it still was a problem. So whip that cover off, clean out the drains. You won't have a wet floor, I hope. Loving this car more every day now that we fixed some of the problems, because we can fix that. Right, fourth hack, I guess it's going to be, it's not really a VL thing, though I think every VL had smokers in it. I think the guy that sold them at the car yard probably had a cigarette hanging out his mouth when he's selling it, and that's probably not a joke. So, right, what we're going to run is going to try some of this Meguiar's whole car air refresher, which is designed, I believe, to help get the cigarette smokes smells, etc. out of the vehicle. So we may as well start it, see how it's going with the lifter noise. Then we can whack this in, shut the door up and run it for about 5 minutes. Sorry, that runs for 5 minutes. Run the air conditioning for about 15 minutes. Then we let the car air a little bit, and then we'll see how it is tomorrow when I open up the doors. So there's going to be hack number 4. Let's get in and see if any of these things actually work on the VL.
Let's see if we can get some of this cigarette smell out of it. I did put a little, one of those things that go under the seat. And it does now smell like a really fresh car that someone smoked in. So, car's running, air conditioning's on high. Put a little bit of a cloth down here where the water sometimes drips, which is going to be one of our next hacks. So that's locked in. Take the kebab out, shut the door, let it run for 15 minutes. Drain system, which is just in behind the carpet in there, up the top, and then taking out all the drip tray areas here, just blowing it out and with air, and also using the brush. Well, I've been running the air conditioner now for 17 minutes, and that's dry. So that normally would be wet, the floor would get wet. No, that's dry. I did find something stuck up underneath the dash though. That probably could be part of the issue. Yeah. So just got to make sure you remove any kebabs, and that will drain a lot better. All right, that's it for just a short little episode anyway on the start of the VL. So I guess let's go through the hacks. Brakes. Will braided lines make a difference? Yes. How much? Marginal. Like, yeah, very marginal. Is it worth doing it? Yeah, no, probably not. It's worth looking at upgrading your brakes to probably a bigger and better setup if you are going to get more horsepower. So, the second one, the drain, blowing it out with the air and running the brush through it. No, there's no water on the floor at the moment. It still probably needs a bit better clean out than that, and so I will be taking apart underneath the dash and just checking that drain and making sure it's all good. But for the first time around the air conditioning for 15 minutes, didn't end up with a puddle on the floor. So I'm going to put that down as a win. Then we've got the lifter. Now this has lifter noise every single day, this car. It's probably the one thing that detracts from the car for me, because it's such a silent and smooth motor, and it is once the lifter noise goes away in the morning. So. But the lifter free, running a bottle through for a week or two before I did the oil change, then doing an oil change, then running the lifter free with some Penrite, nice quality Penrite oils in there with the lifter free, nylon lifter free. 48 hours later, and so far I've started it cold 2 or 3 times, which is 100% has lifter noise. That's definitely significantly improved. All right, so I definitely recommend giving that a hack. Though, a mate of mine said to do it, and I was sceptical. He did say, look, run a bottle first in your old oil. It's only 15 bucks. Run it for a week or so. New oil filter, really good quality oil, and then the lifter free product. And hey, so far, it's actually good. Now, one of the other hacks we looked at was also how to make a VL go faster. Well, that hack is coming up shortly. Yeah, so no, this is going to happen shortly. So we are going to VL Turbo, turn this into a VL Turbo. So we're going to make it as stock as possible. We're going to make it as genuine as possible, using as many genuine parts, which is really difficult and expensive. So I am saving up for the bits and pieces. I've got the majority of the turbo kit. Do need to do the brakes first, which will be the VT brake upgrade, just to make sure it can stop before I make it go any faster. Also I needed to make sure any of the maintenance is done as well. Like, there's a couple of leaks I saw there. The diff needs some attention. There's a little bit of a knock every once in a while coming from the back end. So I don't know, there's something a bit loose. There's something needs a little bit of attention. So I haven't found it today, but we will find that and get that fixed up. A little bit of a leak in the power steering. Don't know if it's critical, but we'll check over the whole car underneath, make sure it's able to turn and stop before we go to the turbo. So do like, subscribe to Dad's Garage, and if you do like the VT and want to watch the VT build, hey, this is no how-to, but certainly we're going to go step by step through how to turbo your car, how to make it stop, and then from there, let's see if we can add some ponies to it a little bit later. So, Dad's Garage, like, subscribe, and also you can join as well. So when you join, you do get episodes earlier, particularly the VL build's going to come out earlier for members. It's only a couple of dollars a month. There's 2 different levels there. So check it out and join Dad's Garage if you want to follow the VL build. That's it. Can't wait. It's going to be good. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but also follow the VL build. This is just a play around to start the car on its journey to getting the bigger brakes to start off with, lowering the car. We're going to lower it just about 25mm to match VL turbo. Then we've got to do the turbo upgrade, which is going to be awesome. So fuel upgrade, original turbo system, which has been high flow, original ECU, original injectors, which are getting flow tested at the moment, make sure they're all good. We're going to do a little bit of, make it look pretty as well. So hopefully going to get a sponsor on board is going to help us out with that to make sure all the parts are looking fantastic when it bolts back in, and then we'll turn this into a, hopefully, what do you call it, a turbo tribute, I guess. We're going to make it as genuine as possible, fairly low power. If I get 250 at the wheels, I'll be really, really happy with that. It's got a, and then we're going to build on it from there. All right, so we're going to get the Jatco, get some work done on the Jatco, get some work done on the diff, get it stronger, then do some work on the, the motor itself to get it stronger for, a little bit, maybe hit that something with a 3 in front of it, 300 odd horsepower, 300, 350 in the future for the VL. But for now, let's make it a nice cruiser. Let's give it a little bit of doo-doo-doo, and then make sure it stops, and make sure it doesn't smell like a cigarette. Let's start bolting the turbo parts on. Here's a lot of them. Taking them apart so I can go get these machined and cleaned up, and get some new gaskets, bolts, nuts, all that sort of stuff. Get them checked out, get the turbo checked out. I think it's all good, but it's a all stock, but it has been high flowed turbo.